This is one of the rescues that was spoken about a lot when I joined the Water Police in the early 90s.
It was a near perfect day to be out on the sea. The sky was clear, the wind light and the water calm.
First thing in the morning, the weather was absolutely beautiful. We headed up towards Byron Bay and the sun was out.
It was 6:30am, the 23rd of September 1979. The Nocturne had set out cruising through the heads of Moreton Bay, slowly making its way south towards Nelson's Bay. The vessel's new owner, 24-year-old Billy Moran, was at the helm. Along for the ride, his wife Pippi, sister Maria, her husband Ray and experienced sailor Fred Markwell, who had been employed to help teach Billy the ropes.
The weather just started turning, the waves were getting bigger and just got worse and worse as the hours went by, and we ran into the biggest southerly you've ever come across.
Just 24 hours later, the Nocturne would begin sinking.
When we got hit by the first wave and we lost an engine, we only had one engine going then, so it was all over.
Its crew left desperately radioing for help before being flung into the unforgiving sea.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. We're on vessel Nocturne and we're sinking 10 miles off Evans Head.
We just spent 6 hours in the water trying to survive.
So I got kind of washed away and Ray came after me. So Pip and Bill were in the dinghy and Ray and I were literally washed away and were by ourselves.
Back on land, a lighthouse keeper heard their mayday calls and contacted the Water Police. Soon a widespread search was underway on the sea and in the air.
Hercules flew around and apparently that was on about their second last grid and then they were going to call it quits. But he saw us and he flew down that low. I'll never forget that this pilot went like that and I could see him lift up his thumb.
One by one they were winched from the water, all but Billy and Pippi Moran. 3 days later came the news no one wanted to hear. Pippi Moran's body had been discovered on a beach at South Kingscliff. As for Billy, it would be decades before the family had any answers. On the 24th of September 2011, exactly 32 years after the Nocturne sank, a chance discovery. A piece of badly weathered jawbone is located on a beach in Kingscliff in northern New South Wales. Despite its condition, there are still 5 teeth attached. But are they human? And if so, who did they belong to? For the next 9 years, New South Wales police investigators joined force with DNA experts to unravel the mystery. As police worked to piece together the identity of the man using their records, DNA experts from New South Wales Health Pathology turned to science to help unlock the answers.
Bill went missing a long time before the database was up and running. So we were never going to get that direct match. But what we use is know the relatives of missing persons and we compare their profiles to this tooth to look to see if there could be a biological relationship.
It was that familial link which was made using a DNA sample given by Billy's nephew. In the days and weeks that followed, one by one, the pieces fell into place.
Kelly rang and was talking about they'd found this jawbone and they did the DNA and she walked through all the forensics and said, we've matched it, it's Billy's. And I was so excited.
Today, Maria and Ray are taking a tour of the New South Wales Police Marine Area Command. It's an opportunity to see how water rescues are carried out today and reflect on their own rescue more than 40 years ago.
It was a legendary rescue, a rescue that went beyond conversation of commendation and bravery. It was a rescue of tenacity, intensity, to actually go into those sea conditions and rescue 3 lives and save 3 lives at sea.
To ultimately be able to return their loved one to them, to finally lay to rest, I think it gives hope to other families of missing persons that the police never stop and we will always keep searching.
While that fateful day will never be forgotten, for the Moran family, the investigation has meant they can finally say goodbye and put the man lost at sea to rest next to his beloved Pippi.
The gravestone was always Billy was lost at sea and now they can be together.